Our first card today is the Hierophant, a Taurus card, calling on drawing heaven to earth. Taurus is an earth card, those qualities of practicality, of stability. And yet we have a Hierophant here to depict our bull. And the idea is here, where can you channel that version of heaven to earth? Where can you become an open conduit to receive guidance and bring that through to some practical application, to something here on this earth, something physical, bring the heavens into physical form. So the Hierophant here, perhaps calling you to close the gap, find more beauty in your life, trust in the inner wisdom that cannot be seen. The earth is very much a visible, three-dimensional world, and the Hierophant is tapping into something beyond this physical world. So the card here asking you to do the same. The next card is the Seven of Wands. Where is this you holding on to your sense of self? Everything else has fallen away. This is your last stand, so to speak. So where have you been up against it? And you may be battling with others. This is boundaries here that you're meeting with. But you're staying firm. You're holding on to what is true for you. And I also see here, if the Hierophant is like a chute that allows heaven to come through to earth, we can see the chute very much depicted here in our Seven of Wands, where he's directing the energy from heaven to earth. So that part of you that is immortal, your consciousness, your divinity within, this person is holding on to that truth within. He knows that he represents some higher level of consciousness. He's not giving in. Well, the cards today are certainly talking about spirituality, about the unseen world. This hanged man has decided to forego the enjoyments, the sailor's jig that he could be doing in this external three-dimensional world. He's decided to forgo that. He's tied himself, like Odin did, to a tree to receive wisdom, inside wisdom, unseen wisdom. And he's directing this wisdom, and it is illuminating his mind. And so perhaps forgoing this external reality is the secret to gaining the internal growth. If you're enjoying the cards, I do ask that you like and subscribe to the channel. It really does make a difference, and a great big shout out to those of you who've already done so. I so appreciate you. And if you're willing and able, I invite you now to close your eyes. I'm going to take you into just a short meditation with the cards. The cards today are asking you about channeling the gift from source, from God, bringing that through you, getting out of your own way and allowing that to move through you. With the Hierophant, that's putting it to practical use. It's bringing heaven to earth. What is it that you would like to craft? What is it that you would like to master on this earth? Where can you allow that spirit to move through you and inspire your creativity, inspire your actions? Where can you find the grace and the peace and the love and the divinity within yourself and bring that down to this world? And it does seem as if you've been up against it. Perhaps at this time, that's why these cards are coming through. You've been facing opposition. You've been facing abandonment, perhaps. I see this card, the Seven of Wands, as the final decan of Leo. And in this decan, I described a myth. And the myth is of Ariadne abandoned on an island. She's abandoned by her divine masculine, Theseus. And here we see her abandoned, stripped of all her regal nature, all her palace attire. And she's just been abandoned. That she stands true to who she is, her nobility, her divinity, her consciousness, her inner light stays with her It is her truth, and she holds on to this. And it's at this point that Dionysus sees this inner light, this inner wisdom, the sacred feminine, and chooses to marry her. And so here we have this idea of abandonment, of being left with nothing. Where is this you feeling this at this time? And yet holding true, holding on by a thread. Ariadne was the one that held the thread and gave the thread to Theseus to defeat the Minotaur and find his way out of the labyrinth. And here she has her own thread hanging on to her own sense of self-worth. And so the myth at this time telling you to hold on to what is true, recognize your inner worth, recognize your own sovereignty. It might feel like you're only holding on by a thread, but that thread connects you to Source, which is all powerful. A hanged man saying, yes, take this time for stillness, find inner peace. This will help to light the way, illuminate your consciousness, and give you guidance at this time. You're not necessarily going to be finding it from the outside world, or maybe you've started to realize that the outside world is not fulfilling you. So again, the card's directing you back to stillness, to open yourself up to receiving higher guidance from a world that we cannot see, but we have the ability to receive through us. Find that stillness. Breathe in that peace at this time and put a smile on your face and come back to the room and open your eyes. So the Hierophant card here, channeling God's energy, channeling source energy, or if you want to call this your higher self, bringing that down, experiencing heaven on earth. How can you participate in this at this time? Where can you get out of your own way and become the clearest channel for this? And if you have been feeling like you've been up against it, hold true to this fact that you can receive energy, wisdom, protection, guidance from Source. Hold on to your sovereignty, your sense of self. Hold on to that right now. It's really important. You've got the high ground. Maintain that state, no matter what you're up against. And trust in that inner wisdom. Take yourself away if you need to from what's going on in the outside world and sit and find that inner stillness. And from that inner stillness, quieten the mind and allow the wisdom to flood through you and illuminate your next step. Have a wonderful day.